All right, doctor, this is the question we all worry about. Is it contagious?
Well, it depends, Martin, about the type you're talking about. Now, the case in New York is supposedly bubonic plague, the most common form of plague, and this is the kind you get, as we said, from a flea bite or through a break in the skin. But neither skin exposure type nor the blood form is contagious. 1 in 4 adults in the United States already have high blood pressure, but because there are no symptoms, nearly 1/3 of these people don't even know they have it, and that's why it's often called the silent killer. Just exposure to traffic, the stress, noise, also traffic-related air pollution tripled the risk of having a heart attack within the next hour.
Dr. Sandra Fryhofer, the face of modern medicine. In late 2001, she became medical consultant for CNN Headline News and began her series of continuing segments on various CNN networks. She covers breaking news.
The big question is what was in that gas, and certainly as a health professional, it's so upsetting that the Russian officials didn't tell the doctors taking care of these hostages and others what was in it.
She gives real answers to real questions.
The methodology of the study, is it such that we should really listen?
Yes, Miles, this is a great study. In fact, this Women's Health Initiative is one of the best and biggest studies of its kind. As far as studies are concerned, they don't get any better.
So what exactly does ephedra do to your body that's dangerous?
Well, it's a stimulant, and what it does is it increases the heart rate, it increases the blood pressure. It does open the bronchial tubes, and it helps a little bit with asthma, but it stresses the circulatory system. It constricts the blood vessels. It makes you anxious, makes you have trouble sleeping, can make you restless.
Why in the world will there only be 2 suppliers for the flu vaccine?
Well, dollars and cents, Robin. There's not much profit in making this flu vaccine. The profit margin's very small, so we probably need some more incentives to get companies interested in making vaccines.
She deals with medical topics that affect us at home, at work, at play, at school.
Kids are more likely to get hurt tripping over backpacks that have been left on the floor than by carrying them. And after tripping on them, the most common location of injury was the head and face.
Her subjects treat the health concerns of people at every stage of life.
Each day, 1,000 people die from sudden cardiac arrest, and most of these sudden deaths are due to ventricular fibrillation, which is a heart condition in which the heart begins to quiver, to beat erratically, which means it can't pump blood effectively, so the body can't get the oxygen it needs to function. Now, this condition can cause death within minutes, even if you start CPR immediately, unless a defibrillator is used to shock the heart and get it back in rhythm.
She talks about things that matter to millions.
Breathing in smog is like giving your lungs a sunburn. The lungs become inflamed and swollen. It can cause chest pain, shortness of breath, wheezing, cough, and more respiratory infections. Particle pollution can trigger asthma attacks, heart attacks, and stroke. It's also been linked to lung cancer and premature death.
She talks about subjects that concern you, like sex.
It prevents pregnancy. It does not disrupt an established pregnancy. It keeps the egg from being fertilized. It can also prevent implantation, and that's the controversial part. The medical community defines pregnancy as beginning with implantation, but some religious groups disagree on that.
Some medical reporters read medical news. Sandy writes it regularly on the CNN website in her column, Vital Signs.
From NBC News.
Well, if a healthy individual comes into your office requesting a flu shot in October or November, just say no.
Dr. Sandra Fryhofer began appearing on television in 1995 as national spokesperson for the American College of Physicians. In 2000, she became the youngest person and only the second woman elected to the presidency of that prestigious professional group.
It's simply unacceptable that tens of millions of U.S. citizens must go without health insurance just because they can't afford it.
In 2001, she was made a Fellow of the Royal College of Physicians in London and was selected as a Master of the American College of Physicians. She knows what she's talking about.
And that's our Headlines Health News for today. I'm Dr. Sandra Fryhofer.